हेलो।
हेलो।
हाँ।
तो मेरा एक क्वेश्चन था कि
हम्म।
अबाउट द बिजनेस, अगर मेरे से पूछा ना जाए तो तब तक मैं ऐसे पोर्ट्रे करूँ क्या कि मैं उधर काम करती हूँ लाइक अ जॉब एंड वो मेरा फैमिली बिजनेस नहीं है। हेलो।
हाँ।
हाँ सर, मैं
अच्छा, ये थोड़ा सोचने दो, फिर बताता हूँ तुमको।
अच्छा, ओके सर।
स्टार्ट करें?
हाँ।
तो हर्षिता, यू आर वर्किंग इन विनीत क्लब्स, राइट?
यस सर।
टेल मी एवरीथिंग यू नो अबाउट द बिजनेस, right from the how the raw materials are coming, how the manufacturing is done, how it is sold, what is the debit period, what is the credit period, everything. Who are your consumers? Who are your suppliers? What is your balance sheet like?
Okay, so sir, we are a industrial leather gloves manufacturing company which is now trying to expand into other safety products like that of industrial workwear. The company was established back in 2002, and it currently has a turnover of 120 cr, and we have a workforce of 1,000 workers and 25 staff. Some of our competitors are Rama and New Horizon. We source our raw materials, which is raw hides, from West Bengal itself, Andhra Pradesh, Italy, and Kenya. Our raw materials cost is from somewhere around 200 rupees to 4,000 rupees, depending upon the quality and the size of the product. And the material measurements are somewhere around 10 square feet to 50 square feet. And approximately 2.5 square feet of leather is consumed in per piece of glove. And we sell our gloves somewhere around 150 rupees to 200 rupees, again depending upon the quality and the size of the glove, and also the customizations of the customer. Our customers are worldwide. We are a 100% export oriented company, and we export to over 20 plus countries. And
Carry on.
uh, we manufacture about 1 million pairs of gloves in a month, which is about 80,000 per day, which is about, sorry, 1 million pair of gloves in a year, which is about 80,000 per month.
1 million is 10 lakh.
Yes, sir.
10 lakhs into 200.
Sorry.
10 lakh. 10 lakh clubs, na?
Yes, sir. 10 lakhs glove in a year.
And you said the price is 150 to 200 per pair.
Yes, sir.
Then it's hardly 20 crores. How are you saying it's 120 crores?
Yes, sir. However, we have started with the garment sector as well. Is the reason why it's around 120 crores.
So you are into, so gloves is only one sixth of the turnover,
Sir, yes, sir. Currently.
and the 100 crores is from garments.
Yes, sir.
So these garments are, that finished product is what?
So the finished products is a wide range of products which includes pants, jackets, or full sleeve jackets, sleeveless jackets, or even t-shirts.
And who are your buyers for garments?
So again, we are completely exporting the garments as well.
Yeah, so name a few of your customers.
So Worth and mm, so currently, sir, we have actually four branches of Worth whom we are exporting our garments to.
What is it? Woods.
Yes, sir, Worth.
It's a well-known brand.
Yes, sir, very well known.
And how much does the garment, suppose you have a leather jacket which you export, how much do you charge for it and how much do they sell it for?
No, sir, our garments are not made of leather. It's mostly polyester and cotton.
Yeah, so how much do you sell it for and how much do they sell it for?
So we sell the product to Worth at about 1,500 rupees to 2,000 rupees, depending upon the customizations, and and their pricing is somewhere around 5,000 to 6,000 rupees for those garments.
So they are in a 150% margin business.
Yes, sir.
Even if they give a 50% discount, they're still profitable.
Yes, sir.
And what are your other financials of your company?
Other financials in the sense,
What is you said your turnover is 120 crores. What's the cost of raw material in that?
the raw materials is somewhere around, we have a profit margin of 10%. So if we take into consideration all our fixed costs and our variable costs, it would be the remaining 90%.
That's a very simplistic way of putting across things, right? Tell me how much is the raw material cost.
I'm not sure about that.
So you have been in this job for how many months?
For about 6 months.
So you are not conversant with the balance sheet.
No, sir.
And you have said that you export to what? WURTH, right?
WUERTH.
WUERTH. So
Yes,
that's
sir.
the brand name, right?
Yes, sir.
What's the company name?
That's the
Means
company and the brand name.
you bill to whom? It won't
Wood.
be WERTH, no? It will be something either private limited or incorporated or something like that.
Sir, in my knowledge, it is Wood. So I am not sure about private limited.
And who is this your biggest customer?
Yes, sir, it is.
And how much of your sales is to this one customer?
Sir, about 65%.
So if for any reason they stop giving orders to you, then what will happen?
So that would create a situation of turmoil in the sense that we'll have to find other customers. And I don't think any one customer will be able to fulfill the role that this one customer has for us.
And your raw material is sourced from whom? Who are the
Uh,
biggest suppliers of rawhide
so we do
or
not have any
cotton?
particular supplier for raw hides. It is just normal herdsmen we are contacting for our raw material, that is raw hide.
For a 100 crore company, you don't have regular suppliers of your raw material.
No, sir, for raw hides we do not.
And for your polyester and cotton,
So that is from a company named,
hello.
it slipped out of my mind, sir. I knew the name of the company, it has slipped out of my mind.
And you are into exports, right?
Yes, sir.
So what is the letter of credit?
I'm not sure about it.
So what is your role in the company?
So my role is basically that of a production manager in the sense that I am creating invoices into production sheets that the factory can understand, because the orders that we get are always mentioned in the product code of the company, and that the factory cannot understand those codes. So we create images so that the factory can refer to those images and create products accordingly. I also visit the factory occasionally where I ensure that there are no grievances and also no breakdowns along the process. I
What's your
also
designation?
that of assistant production manager.
You are assistant production manager and you visit the factory occasionally.
So in this sense, I do visit 4 times a week.
What do you do the rest of the time? If you are production manager, why are you not at the factory?
So because we receive over 6 to 7 invoices in a day, and converting those invoices into production sheets take a lot of time.
And how many hours your factory runs in a day?
8 hours.
Only 8 hours. There's only
Yes,
single shift working.
yes, a single shift working.
And what is the capacity utilization?
Capacity utilization in the sensor?
That is this the maximum you can produce, or you can produce more in those 8 hours?
No, sir, this is the maximum we can produce. There is no scope for increasing the production in the given
What is
work.
the timing of the factory?
So it's 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
10 to 6.
Yes.
So it's like a shed and all.
No, sir,
Or
it's
do you
about
have machines?
no, sir, we have machine.
Who are your main competitors in the work business?
So we have a Rama and New Horizon.
And in the gloves business,
So same, the two companies manufacture both garment and gloves.
so you will have different machines for leather and cotton, right?
Yes, sir.
Where do you source your machines from?
Our machines are sourced from Italy.
Which company?
I'm not sure about the company, sir.
But you are the production manager, you go to the factory 4 times a week.
Yes, sir, but I've never been a part of sourcing the machines because the machines have been sourced for over 5 to 6 years ago now.
Yeah, but all machines in any company will have a logo of the company there, na?
Yes, sir, but the logos are, I'm not sure about the name of the company.
So you have applied only for ISB or is there any other option for you?
No, sir, I have applied to SPGen, not ISB, and I have applied to schools abroad as well.
Which schools?
Uh, London Business School, HEC Paris.
Hmm. And how much is your GMAT score?
695.
95
Yes, sir.
out of
805.
only 95.
695.
Sorry, yeah, my mistake. 695 on 805. But you
Yes, sir.
said your marks are not very good.
Yes, because I was expecting somewhere around 700 plus.
Oh, so just 1% less, even less than 1%.
Yes, sir.
And what is your pay? What is your salary?
25,000 per month.
After doing eco from St. Xavier's, how is it that you are working for 25,000 only? You would have got a much better job.
Yes, sir. However, my main focus here was not about the salary, sir. I wanted to get a better understanding of how things work, and I believe that MSME sector provides greater opportunity for understanding the overall working of a business.
What is MSME?
Mediums, micro, small, medium enterprises.
How are they defined?
So there are brackets of sales or revenue that they generate, and they are classified on the basis of those. It is like 0 to 10 crores for micro, 10 to 100 crores for small, and so on.
Hmm. Tell me, what do you do when you get the raw hide? What do you do?
So the first thing that we do when we get the raw hides is we process it chemically so that any form of gas that it may produce or the fact that it may get spoiled soon is reduced.
Then,
Then it undergoes the process of slamming, where it ensures that the entire piece of leather has the same structure. Then it is dried, and then again further it goes under slamming, and then we receive the product. It is then dyed as per the customer requirements, and then it is given to the factory for manufacturing purpose.
and what? Suppose you get a piece of leather and you start this process. Then how long it will take to for it to be converted into a pair of gloves
Uh,
from
so,
start to finish?
so the tannery itself takes about 25 days to process the piece of leather, and then depending upon the customer orders, it usually takes about 2 months to 3 months for the factory to convert that piece of leather into the pair of gloves.
2 to 3 months from leather to glove.
So depending upon the customer order, because customer orders are also like 10,000 pairs or 15,000 pairs or 1 lakh pairs. So depending on the orders.
What was your favorite subject in college in economics?
So it was game theory.
What do you mean by game theory?
So game theory is basically used in order to understand the different choices or strategies that are available to people and how they are using those strategies in order to get the best possible results or payoffs.
So suppose we are playing a game and you are conducting it, and there are three doors A, B, and C, and there is a car behind any one of the doors A, B, and C, right?
Yes.
And I am the player, right? And you are conducting the game.
Yes.
So you give me one option to choose A, B, or C. Okay.
Okay.
And
Uh,
suppose I choose A,
yes, sir.
and you open door number C, and the car is not behind C.
Yes, sir.
So now you ask me my second time whether I will stick to A or go to B. Then what should be my strategy?
So I think sticking to A should be the strategy.
Why? Talk of it in probability terms.
Yes, sir. So because the car to be behind any one of the doors is 33.33%, and since I've opened a door and the car was not behind that door, so now the probability that the door that you were on previously will have the car is around 66.66%.
How is that 66.66?
Oh, sorry, it's 50-50 now because I opened one door.
So then why should I stick to A and not switch to B?
Uh, so I
Chance
just
of
feel
the car being chance of the car being behind A or B is same, you are saying, nah?
so
So
as
I
per
should
my
be in so I should be indifferent between shifting from A to B.
so as per my understanding, no, there should you should not be indifferent between shifting from A to B.
Yeah, but you have to tell me mathematically, na, since you're talking as an economist and you're talking as a game theorist.
Yes, so then you should be indifferent.
But the answer is that I'll stick to A, no?
Yes, I was incorrect.
So what now? Should I stick to A or should I switch to B?
So you could choose either. It will not make a difference.
But my understanding, according to game theory, I should stick to A is the answer.
Okay, sir.
Okay, give me any other example in game theory. Explain some other example in game theory.
So for instance, many a times we are stuck in the traffic and we have to decide whether we should stick to our own lane or switch to the other lane which is currently moving. So after a considerable evaluation, we decide to stick to our own lane because we think that changing the lane will not make a difference and that the lane which is moving right now will eventually stop and that our lane will start moving ahead. So this is a form of game theory because we have strategies available or choices available and we are making a decision accordingly on the basis of those strategies available.
Tell me something better than
So, like in the game of chess, we use a fundamental which is called the min max theory of game theory, which is like minimizing your maximum loss. So, whenever we make a move in chess, we always ensure that the loss that is there with moving a particular piece in the chess is is to a minimum level.
Can you give me an example with numbers?
Sir, I would have to draw the game theory in such a case.
Use pen and paper and explain it. I think I'll be able to understand. You don't have to show me. Just do it for yourself and then explain it to me.
Okay, sir. So, for instance, that there are two players in a game, and the two players are flipping a coin. So the strategies they have are that of heads and tails. So when if we are to assign numbers, like for instance, that if the two players suppose that if the coins turn head, then the player 2 will have to give 1 rupee to player 1. And if it's either as in, and sorry, they're flipping two coins. So if both the coins are head, then player 2 will have to give player 1 rupees 1. And if both the coins are tails, then again player 2 will have to give player 1 rupees 1. So in such a case, we have to analyze the payoff as in which situation player 2 and player 1 are better off. And we find the Nash equilibrium in such a case. And we see that this game has multiple Nash equilibriums. Yes, so this is the case.
Not very clear. Can you explain it a little more?
Sure, sir. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that whenever we are flipping two coins, so we have our own strategies, which is getting an heads or a tails. And if we decide that in a game, player 2 will give player 1 whenever the two coins are the same, as in two coins are flipping two heads or both the coins are flipping two tails. So now the payoff is minus 1 comma 1. That is minus 1 is the payoff of player 1 and plus 1, sorry, plus 1 is the payoff of player 1 and minus 1 is the payoff of player 2. So on the basis of their payoffs, we decide the Nash equilibrium.
Nash.
Yes, sir.
And what is the Nash equilibrium here?
The Nash equilibrium is both minus 1 and plus 1 and plus 1 minus 1.
Hmm. What are your hobbies?
Sir, my hobby is to paint. I have been painting for the past 12 years now. I haven't taken any particular lessons or coachings on painting. It is just something that I have developed on my own.
So what kind of painting you do?
So I mostly use watercolor and color pencils to paint.
And who is your favorite painter?
So I do not have any particular painter as my favorite painter.
Still name a few that you have seen, whose work you have seen.
One painter whose work I see the most often is that of Sarmishtha Sarkar.
Who is she?
So she was a painter who used to teach at Modern High School like 20 years back, and then she opened her own art gallery in Kolkata.
So she was your teacher.
No, sir, she never taught me.
Acha, so what is unique about her painting?
So her paintings are mostly abstract. However, it portrays figures and it basically tells a story. Her every piece tells a story in the sense that mostly on mental health issues.
Give an example, describe any of the painting and what story it tells you.
So, for instance, there was this one painting that she made during COVID was that of a head, and there was hand which was filled with blood resting on the face. The face was very abstract that one could not figure out if it's a face or not unless particularly focusing on it. And there were like pieces of flesh coming out of the head, which showed that how people keep thinking and overthinking and what it does to their head.
Hmm. Anything else we should know about you?
No, sir, I think everything has been covered.
How do you think your interview went?
So I think I need to have more information about the business.
Hmm. And the economics part?
So I think I could do a better job at explaining things.
And when you are given a chance to say something about yourself, why did you not take that chance in the end?
So I wasn't sure what to say during that part.
Your interview was average. You have to know more about your business, huh?
So,
Because you,
so what questions did you ask? Could you just ask us again so that I can write it down and then consult my father accordingly?
you'll have the recording here. You can download the recording and listen to it.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, sir.
So
Sir,
basically, see, you
understand.
need to, huh?
Sir, what will you say?
Basically, you need to know who are your suppliers, who are your buyers, what is the credit period you get from suppliers, how much credit do you give to your buyers, what is LOC, what is letter of credit, how your business functions. You have to know what is the cost of raw material in an output, labor cost is how much. There can be many other things, but I won't get into all that because these are first basic things that you should know. In economics, also for game theory, try to get some one or two good examples from game theory with numbers so that you can impress them.
Okay, sir, got it.
And when you are asked, do you want to say anything? Do you want to say anything else about yourself? Then you could have said, "No, I've been a good student throughout my uh, schooling and college. I got so much marks in 10th and 12th. In graduation, I scored this much." Say all those things. And have you been in any official position in school or college?
Yes, sir, I have.
What?
Uh, I was the research analyst at an Aptus, which was uh, a club in my school, and also the editor of the Interact Club, which was a club in my school.
Hmm. See, the thing
So,
is that even if this is your third interview with me,
yes, sir.
for the SPJN people, it will be your first and only interview, na?
Yes, sir.
So you have to go there prepared with everything you want to tell them at least, so that if they give you an open-ended question like, okay, do you want to add anything? Then you have to say that I am from this school, I am from Kolkata, I scored 99% in class 10, 98% in class 12. In my class in economics in St. Xavier's, I stood fifth out of 100 students. And then you say that I'm into painting and all that. And then this extracurricular thing, say all those things. Otherwise, how will they evaluate you? Don't don't rely on the form that you have filled up. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So you should tell them everything that. So you should first note down everything that you want to tell them. If you don't note it down, you will not be able to recollect it.
Okay, sir.
तो वो करना जरूरी है. और this interview you can download and listen to it and write down the question.
सर, मैं इसलिए पूछ रही थी कि मेरे को इसको अपना फैमिली बिजनेस की तरफ बोलना चाहिए या नहीं बोलना चाहिए।
मेरे ख्याल से बोल सकती हो क्योंकि लेकिन एसपी जैन वाला फिर तुमको बोलेगा फैमिली बिजनेस वाला कोर्स कर लो.
वही सर, इसलिए तो मेरे को लग रहा है कि मेरे को नहीं बोलना चाहिए।
लेकिन नहीं भी बोलना है ना तो तुम प्रोडक्शन इंचार्ज दिखा रही हो और बोल रहे हो मैं 4 दिन जाती हूँ वीक में, वो भी तो समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. मशीन का नाम नहीं पता तुमको, कौन सी मशीन पे तुम लोग बना रहे हो. वो तो लिखा होता है, बड़े बड़े अक्षरों में लिखा होता है हर मशीन के ऊपर किस कंपनी का है.
हाँ सर, वो मैं पूछ लूंगी सर।
हाँ तो तुमको एक मैनेजर मतलब एक ओनर की तरह सारा कुछ जान लो.
हाँ।
तो आई थिंक तुम बोल दो कि ये हमारा ही बिजनेस है. और उनको ये भी तुम बोल सकती हो कि आई वुड बी सिटिंग फॉर प्लेसमेंट्स. अगर पूछते हैं तो यू कैन से आई विल बी सिटिंग फॉर प्लेसमेंट्स, बट सूनर और लेटर आई ज्वाइन माई फैमिली बिजनेस. ऐसे करने से उनको एक ये हो जाएगा कि इसको प्लेसमेंट करने का जरूरत नहीं. यू
ओके
वांट टू
सर।
गो फॉर सर्विस और यू वांट टू जॉइन योर फैमिली बिजनेस.
सर, आई एम नॉट सो श्योर अबाउट दैट राइट नाउ।
Because the difference is that if you get into a good company from SPJ and your starting salary may be anywhere between 20 to 30 lakhs per annum.
यस।
So sort of you may want to work for 2 or 3 years and then maybe join your family business. So you can tell them that initially I'd like to work for 2 or 3 years and then probably I'll join my family business. I think बोल दो कि family business का.
ठीक है सर।
ठीक है.
हाँ।
अगर इसमें कुछ डाउट होता है पापा को तो मेरे से एक बार बात करा देना.
ठीक है सर। और सर ऐसे तो
पापा
लेकिन
को या ताऊ जी को.
भैया ने भी एमबीए करा, भैया भी एमबीए करा, तो उसने भी फैमिली बिजनेस ही बोला था कि है तो।
कहाँ
ऐसे
से
तो
कर रहे हो?
एमडीआई से।
हाँ इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ बोल दो, उसमें प्रॉब्लम नहीं है क्योंकि उससे क्या होता है ना उनको ये लगता है इसको प्लेसमेंट देने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी क्योंकि प्लेसमेंट टफ चल रहा था.
हाँ।
ठीक है.
ठीक है सर।
चलो इतना प्रिपेयर करो फिर 1 2 दिन में और एक इंटरव्यू दे दो. 7th को है ना?
हाँ सर।
तो 5th को और एक दे देना.
ठीक है सर। एंड सर मेरा इकोनॉमिक्स में जो मैंने गेम थ्योरी का मैं कर लूंगी वो प्रिपेयर, बट ऐसे ओवरऑल मतलब वाज आई क्लियर इनफ, मैंने जितना भी आंसर करा गेम
नहीं,
थ्योरी
कहाँ
वाला
क्लियर था, क्योंकि
वो जो मैं
मेरे को जहाँ
न्यूमे
तक
वो न्यूमेरिकली मैं नहीं बता पाई, लेकिन उसके अलावा क्लियर था क्या?
बिना न्यूमेरिकली बताने से चलेगा ही नहीं।
अच्छा।
और वो जो डोर वाला क्वेश्चन था उसका तो आंसर शायद यही है कि आई विल स्टिक टू ए।
हाँ सर, क्योंकि मेरे को पता है कि वो 66.6% हो जाता है ना, बाय नॉट चेंजिंग योर चॉइस। बट फिर आप जब
कैसे?
पूछ, वही सर, इधर ही मैं कंफ्यूज हो गई कि वो कैसे।
हाँ, तो वो चेक करो।
हाँ सर।
ये तो बेसिक क्वेश्चन है गेम थ्योरी का।
हाँ सर।
तो ये सब 2-3 एग्जाम्पल चेक करके रखो।
ठीक है सर।
चलो ठीक है।
ठीक है, थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू।